Hello and welcome to the explosive weekend debate with me, Ayushman Singh Jamwal. Ahead of the opposition meeting in Bangalore, the ANTI-BJP party has announced that it will participate in the key summit tomorrow. This comes after the Congress party extended its support to the ANTI-BJP party in their fight against the Delhi Ordinance. Congress leader K.C. Venugopal earlier today announced that the party's stance is clear and they are against the central government's attempts to run various states via governors. The Congress Parliamentary Strategy Group had earlier met on Saturday to map out their plans for the upcoming monsoon session of Parliament. The BJP has slammed the Congress party and the opposition's united front, calling the move desperate. The issue remains that the Congress and the ANTI-BJP party are bitter rivals in the political arena. Any growth that the ANTI-BJP party has enjoyed has been at the expense of the Congress party. Look at Delhi and Punjab. So how does the Congress gain from tackling the ordinance? What will the Congress get for backing the ANTI-BJP party? Will the ANTI-BJP party tone down its rhetoric against the Congress party in the poll-bound states? These are crucial questions swirling around this so-called alliance. Can this deal over the Delhi Ordinance survive till the monsoon session? If successful against the ordinance, will the Congress and ANTI-BJP party unite, or will the knives come out once again ahead of the crucial elections?
Yesterday we had our meeting of the Parliamentary Strategy Group, and there also it was decided that the Congress party will oppose this ordinance.
हम कांग्रेस पार्टी की इस अनाउंसमेंट का स्वागत करते हैं। बेंगलोर में जो बैठक है उसमें आम आदमी पार्टी आदरणीय अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की अध्यक्षता में हिस्सा लेगी।
And let's get to our guests. I'm joined by Aprajita Sarangi, BJP MP and national spokesperson of the Saffron Party, Mudit Aggarwal, spokesperson of the Congress, as well as Akshay Marathe, spokesperson of the ANTI-BJP party. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on CNN News 18. Mr. Aggarwal, I'll come to you first because it's your party that has made the big announcement when it comes to the Delhi Ordinance. Has a party like yours, that is 100 years old, been strong-armed by a party that's just 10 years old?
See, let's understand a few facts. We have always maintained, the Congress party has always maintained that Modi government has done a frontal assault on the constitution as well as the federal structure of the country. That goes without saying. Now, what has Congress been saying for last one and a half months? That when the Parliament session starts, just before that, we will have a strategy meeting, and in that we'll come out with our decision. And that's exactly what we have done. That has nothing to do with, it should not be seen as a support to our party government. It should be seen as Congress's principal stand of opposing Modi government, because we believe Modi government is trying to rule opposition states through the governor. It's as simple as that. Nothing else should be read into this. In fact, Mr. Kejriwal ji tried to make everything about himself. See, the problem with Mr. Kejriwal is he actually thinks he's at center of, forget Indian politics, of the world politics. So, I mean, my belief is that he was working on behest of Mr. Modi when he tried to derail the opposition meet even last time. So I would just urge him not to get into the shenanigans and actually work towards people of India and people of the country, and not really do what he's been doing, because somewhere the impression goes that he tried to derail the opposition meeting on behest of Mr. Modi.
Right.
So our stand is very principled, unlike Mr. Kejriwal's stand, which smacks of hypocrisy.
Right. On the road to the parliamentary session, you just struck this deal with to back the ANTI-BJP party, and already you're taking pot shots at Arvind Kejriwal.
This is our principle. No, sorry. I object to your words of deal. This is our principal stand of where we believe Modi ji is doing a frontal assault on federal structure of the country.
And in your opinion, the BJP and the ANTI-BJP... One sec. In your opinion, are you saying that the BJP and the ANTI-BJP party are hand in glove when it comes to opposition, to trying to derail opposition unity?
See, all I can say is the way Mr. Kejriwal has behaved in the past, which includes, if you remember, when BJP tried to sabotage our governments in Madhya Pradesh as well as in Karnataka, Mr. Kejriwal was just silent. He never spoke. See, he has only spoken when some assault by Modi government is done on Delhi government. But when it comes to other opposition parties or Congress-ruled states, when BJP tries to do the same thing, Mr. Kejriwal is normally silent. I hope he changes his behavior now.
Mr. Marathe, I hope you're listening to the Congress spokesperson here. You think this support can exist till the monsoon session of Parliament? There is still, as far as I can see, no trust between the two sides.
Is on issue. The support is a principal support. It's not for Mr. Kejriwal.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. You refused to take a stand earlier. Your Delhi unit and the Punjab unit said, please don't do this. You've come out in support of this.
They are very different things.
Let me read out the statement. Let me read out the statement from. Let me read out this statement from Congress leader Alka Lamba. The minute Arvind Kejriwal tried to seek support from the Congress party, AAP should apologize to the Congress, ex-Congress Chief Sonia Gandhi, former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh, late ex-Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, and the Gandhi families. If things go forward, we Congress workers will not have any objections. We hope Congress President will consider the sentiments of party workers which were hurt by the Aam Aadmi Party. Have you got that apology?
As I have explained you, we have taken a principal stand. Congress always said just before the Parliament session, when our meeting will happen, we'll take a decision, and that we have taken. Our decision has nothing to do with whatever our party has been saying for a month. This is our principal stand against the BJP government. As I said, we do politics on principle, unlike Mr. Kejriwal, whose politics smacks of hypocrisy, as simple as that. For him, he changes his view depending upon whether it suits him or not. For us, it's a very principled stand which we have taken. It should not be seen as support for Aam Aadmi Party.
Mr. Aggarwal, it will only be seen as support for the Aam Aadmi Party. I don't see the Congress gaining anything. Right.
I think
Mr. Aggarwal, I don't think you are gaining anything from this.
What I'm saying.
Right. I don't think you are gaining anything from supporting the Aam Aadmi Party, because at the end of the day, it's still a gamble what happens in the Rajya Sabha.
What is about gaining? We are against the Modi government's frontal assault on the Constitution. Simple as that.
I want to get right. Okay, fine. I got your perspective.
My stand is very clear.
I want to get the Aam Aadmi Party's. I want to get the Aam Aadmi Party's view. Akshay Marathe, or everything that Mr. Aggarwal has said against Kejriwal, saying that he needs to watch what he says when it comes to addressing the Aam Aadmi Party. As far as I see it, this entire so-called deal that you have with the Congress Party is on shaky ground. This can evaporate in the run-up to the monsoon session of Parliament.
There is no deal. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Go ahead. You've said your part. Ayushman, let's take a step back. What is all this about? It is not about any alliance between parties. It is about a fundamental idea that we are a republic where people vote for a government, and that government is allowed to function within the framework of a constitution. And the Supreme Court of India's constitutional bench gave certain powers to the Aam Aadmi Party state government in Delhi, which overnight, unconstitutionally and illegally, the central government took away through an ordinance without even going to Parliament. So what was the Aam Aadmi Party saying from day one when this ordinance was passed? We said we will go to every single party in India who stands or at least claims to stand against the Bharatiya Janata Party and seek their support in the Rajya Sabha, where the BJP does not have a majority of its own. So we went to all parties, and finally today, at the end of the day, we have got the support we were looking for from all of the opposition parties who are against the Bharatiya Janata Party. And we are very hopeful that in the Rajya Sabha, the illegal and unconstitutional ordinance is defeated by the people of India. And we have said from day one, Ayushman, this is the semi-final to 2024. Because in the Rajya Sabha, if the Modi government's ordinance gets defeated, the message will go to all Indians who are watching right now that Modi government can be defeated, and all opposition parties, if they have the will and the courage to fight against the dictatorial regime, we can defeat this party and this government, which has consistently started an onslaught against elected state governments run by opposition parties.
Right.
That is the most important conclusion that one can draw from what has happened today.
Right.
When it comes to what attacks the previous gentleman from the Congress party was making against Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, let me just say very respectfully, that he is from a political family whose politics has been defeated by Arvind Kejriwal. So I understand and sympathize that he has a personal grouse against Mr. Kejriwal, and that's okay. But I am grateful and I welcome the Congress party's decision to stand with the people of India and the Constitution of India.
Congress governments, please answer.
I mean, Mr. Marathe, Mr. Aggarwal, you're supposed to be working on the same on the same page against the BJP. I want to get Aprajita Sarangi on this. Ms. Sarangi, do you see this as just a kind of a microcosm of the infighting in the opposition camp in the run-up to the monsoon session of Parliament? Because you see, like, the Congress party is saying this is a principled stand, but let's call it what it is. This is a deal between two parties to defeat the ordinance in Parliament.
A very good evening. Nothing can be more ridiculous than the U-turn that has been made by the Congress. See, Congress is politically desperate. Congress is filled with chaos and confusion. Congress does not know what it is saying and doing. In fact, I must remind my friend from the Congress that, you know, this Punjab Congress person, Mr. Pratap Bajwa, has said AAP does not deserve Congress support. Now, Mr. Martin also said Congress should not support AAP. So where was the principle when all these leaders were talking against supporting the ordinance by Congress? So I think they have made a U-turn. They are desperate, and that is why this has happened. I must also remind my friend that this is absolutely not based on any principle. You know, hatred for Prime Minister Modi is the only glue for opposition unity. We must know this. There's nothing to do with any principle or any stand. Now, Kejriwal ji has called Congress leaders corrupt. Now, can anybody say he has not done that?
Absolutely.
And of course, the Punjab Congress leaders have been jailed by AAP government. We must not forget that. And Congress is the party which celebrated the AAP leaders' arrest in Delhi liquor scam. Now, what kind of behavior the national leadership of Congress is showing? There in West Bengal, there is Adhiranjan Chaudhary ji, the leader of the Congress opposition in the Lok Sabha, who has been fighting against the murderous democracy of, murderous rule of Mamata Banerjee ji. And here they are tying up with TMC. You know, I fail to understand how do they behave. And at the same time, I must say the same thing is happening in Delhi Congress unit. So I think they are going against the wishes of the Delhi and Punjab Congress units. And the national leadership of Congress is nervous, it's desperate, it doesn't know what to do, and that is why they have been forced to support AAP.
Absolutely. And Akshay,
and as far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned,
right.
Let me complete.
Yeah, go ahead.
As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, we have brought out the ordinance, and I can only say with all conviction at my command that this ordinance is in line with the constitutional provisions. Right.
And the showdown, of course, whether it's constitutional or unconstitutional, that'll take place in the Supreme Court. But the political dynamics is very different. Akshay, now you have agreed to join the joint opposition meeting, which will kick off in Bengaluru from tomorrow. I'm just looking at the parties that you're sharing a stage with. Lalu Prasad Yadav, all these Congress leaders who you've called corrupt, and now you're rubbing shoulders with them. I want to just take you through what Arvind Kejriwal said about Lalu Prasad Yadav. भ्रष्ट राजनीति का हम समर्थन नहीं करते. लालू यादव ने अपने बच्चों को मंत्री बना दिया. इस डायनेस्टी पॉलिटिक्स के हम खिलाफ हैं. He's campaigning in Rajasthan, Kejriwal in Sri Ganganagar. The two parties, BJP and Congress, ruled the country for these 75 years. Today, our country is poor, backward, and our people are uneducated because of them. He also said, I have come here with a dream of making a new Rajasthan. The Congress ruled the state for 50 years and the BJP for 18 years. What have they done? Only corruption. And now you're trying to do a samjhauta with them in Bengaluru?
Ayushman, let me take a very principled stand on this. Look, Aam Aadmi Party has had competition with different parties at different points of time in our political journey. What we are saying today, however, is that that political competition was happening because there was a playing field in which you could compete on ideas, on policies, on what we were promising to the people of India. Today, the BJP has created a system where no matter what happens at the end of that competition, you may win or lose, but the BJP will continue to run the governments through their governors and through their unconstitutional mechanisms that they are using. So at this juncture in our Indian history and in our democracy, The important thing is to preserve the idea that we can actually compete on ideas. We don't have to behave in a way in which the BJP does, where even if Aam Aadmi Party wins 62 seats out of 70 seats, the BJP will take over and hijack the elected government and continue to run its own writ over the people of Delhi. That is what we are fighting against. We may have had differences with other parties, but let me give you an example, Ayushmann.
Then why are you with the Congress?
Example. One second, let me give you an example.
Why I'm raising this point is because you're talking about, toppling governments. Should I give you a history lesson about the Congress party's record? Jawaharlal Nehru used Article 6 six times until 1959, including to dislodge the first ever elected communist government in Kerala in 1959. In the 1960s, it was used 11 times after Indira Gandhi came to power in 1966. Article 356 was used 7 times in the 2-year span between 1967 and 1969. Between 1970 and 1974, President's rule was imposed 19 times. Post-emergency, the Janata Party government used it in 1977 to dismiss 9 Congress state governments. When Indira Gandhi returned to power in 1980, her government too imposed President's rule in 9 states. Clearly, you've taken a stand. Clearly, you've taken a stand against the BJP, of course, saying that they are dismantling democracy. What about the Congress?
You have raised a very good point. And when the Congress engaged in that kind of behavior, the BJP, left parties, communist parties, socialist parties, all had to come together to fight Indira Gandhi. So you are actually making my point for me. We have already seen what happened when Indira Gandhi behaved in a dictatorial
track record at the end of the day, right? They had no track record. You are now with a party that has a track record of trampling democracy.
No, I am saying that parties are transient, democracy is transient. We cannot keep on holding to history when we are living in the present.
Right.
Today, the BJP is becoming the biggest threat to Indian democracy. So it is important for everybody, every Indian who believes in our country, in our democracy, to come together and defeat the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Right. We should absolutely ignore history. But let's also look at history in this case as well. Arvind Kejriwal leveled multiple corruption charges against multiple leaders, even across the party lines, to elevate the Aam Aadmi Party. Akshay, just tell me, how many political leaders did Arvind Kejriwal apologize to?
How many political leaders did Devendra Fadnavis apologize when he took Ajit Pawar?
I've asked you about Arvind Kejriwal, but you're answering my question with a question.
No, this question needs to be asked to the BJP, who
Why not
called
you?
Ajit
Why not
Pawar
you?
corrupt and said Chakki pissing.
No, but why not you?
Now they are honeymooning.
I'm saying you are not a party with a difference then.
Instead of Chakki pissing, Ajit Pawar is a finance minister in Maharashtra. Will Miss Sarangi reply? Why is Mr. Chakki pissing the finance minister of Maharashtra?
Okay, I'll take that.
Why are these questions only asked to other parties?
I will take that question to the BJP. Can you answer my question? How many political leaders has Arvind Kejriwal apologized to?
They are taking them to. I am saying the BJP is saying they are launching a war against corruption, but every time they say somebody is corrupt, they take them into their party and use their washing machine to clean them out.
And Arvind Kejriwal goes to court to apologize to them. Arun Jaitley, Nitin Gadkari, Kapil Sibal, Bikram Singh Majithia, hasn't he apologized to them?
Court fights are not political fights, and I'm stating on record here
that difference
hypocrisy. No, it's not a difference of opinion. It's a
what
fact.
is this?
If you are going to, no, one second, Ayushmann. One second. Ayushmann, if I file a defamation case against you and I take you to court, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not. No, one second.
What happens to your principles then, sir? That's my point. You make these stellar charges against these leaders. They file defamation cases against you. First, the reaction of yours is, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't really mean it." And not just Arvind Kejriwal, many of his other leaders also apologized. Mr. Aggarwal, please come in. Don't you think that...
I want to... One second.
Even though you're taking a principled stand... No. Akshay, I'll come back to you.
Ask the BJP, why is Ajit Pawar the finance minister?
Akshay, okay, fine. Okay, I will concede... Akshay, I'll concede to you. Mr. Sarangi, please respond.
Akshay.
Mr. Sarangi, sorry. Excuse me. Please respond.
Akshay, you had your... Can I say now?
I must say that...
Let me, BJP spokesperson first, then I'll give you the word, Mr. Aggarwal.
I can say with all conviction at my command, and I'm sure all people who are listening to us will agree with what I say, that opposition unity today is a mirage. Before 2014 also this kind of kawayad had taken place. Before 2019 the same thing happened, and again this time they had started. The only reason why they have come together is to defeat Prime Minister Modi because they cannot accept his soaring popularity. As simple as that. You know, they know what's coming. They know that there is no vacancy in the seat of the Prime Minister in 2024. Now here there are inner contradictions that we must accept and we must acknowledge, even if we don't want to. Kejriwal tells Congress in Delhi and Punjab, you know, you just leave these two states. Mamata Didi tells Congress in Paschim Bengal, West Bengal, please leave Punjab, please leave Bengal. And Nitish Lalu, of course, will tell Congress, please leave Bihar. Akhilesh will say, please leave UP. So where is the leader? Who is the leader? There is no agenda, there is no roadmap, there is no one Sarvamanya leader. There is just lust for power and the desire to defeat Prime Minister Modi. That's the only thing which is bringing these opposition parties together. And I can say with all humility,
the finance minister of Maharashtra, when Devendra Fadnavis promised to send him to jail.
You are deviating from the topic, my dear friend. In 2014, we got 17.16 crore votes.
You are saying that all these parties are coming together because they don't like Narendra Modi. What about Ajit Pawar and your relationship? Ajit Pawar was an opposition party leader that you have taken into your party after saying he's corrupt and you will send him to jail. Are you not trying to create a nexus of corruption in Maharashtra? In your lust for power? Is that not your lust for power that you are trying to bring all the corrupt leaders from other parties?
But you're joining an, Akshay, I'm sorry, you're joining an alliance with someone who has been convicted of corruption in Lalu Prasad Yadav. Lalu Prasad Yadav is convicted. Your party's roots lie in the India Against Corruption movement. You are now joining hands with a party that was convicted of corruption. Lalu Prasad Yadav was convicted.
I'm confused if I'm talking to the BJP spokesperson or the news anchor. The BJP spokesperson has to
you can't.
Why
I am telling you, if you are joining if you are joining this opposition alliance, you are no longer in any moral high ground. Of course, Congress and the BJP play their politics. You are also guilty of the same politics, Akshay. That's my point.
Why is Ajit Pawar the finance minister of Maharashtra? The BJP spokesperson
Can I come in,
answer
please?
that question before saying that other parties are doing lust for power. You tell why are you doing?
Can I come in, please?
Right. Ms. Sarangi, please go ahead.
I think the spokesperson from AAP should have the necessary courtesy, the desired courtesy.
But please finish your point.
He doesn't know how to take part in TV channel debates. When you speak, I did not say anything. So please be silent. So the fact remains that other political parties and leaders from different political parties are joining the Bharatiya Janata Party just because they get attracted towards the ideology and the Karya Pranali of Bharatiya Janata Party. They want to join Prime Minister Modi in this journey of progress of the country.
Right.
So to say that a particular person has joined us because Bharatiya Janata Party has actually kind of, divided the other house is absolutely far from the truth. We don't do that. It's only that other people want to come because they want to join our way of working. They want to join the Prime Minister.
Right, but Prime Minister Modi offers that solid footing
I think we must remember very clearly. And nobody who is convicted has ever been brought in. So it's a question of conviction. Law will take its course. Law does take its course. So I think we need to have
right. I have the last 2 minutes left on the show.
Absolutely unbiased approach towards things.
Right. I have the last 2 minutes on the show. I'll give the final words to Mr. Aggarwal and Akshay. But first, Mr. Aggarwal, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. See, it was very rich of BJP, Aprajita Sarangi ji to say what she was saying. BJP under Mr. Modi is known for its corruption, its total concentration and centralization of power, misuse of agencies and institutions, as well as fiscal mismanagement. And they use all tricks in the book to, in fact, forget the opposition party, even to break their own alliances. What they did to Shiv Sena. It's a classic example.
But Mr. Aggarwal, I'm sorry.
Coming from Aprajita. Anyway, as regards Kejriwal ji is concerned, as regards Kejriwal ji is concerned, I will again say this is our support against. We are against the ordinance which Modi government has brought in. It should not be seen as support for Mr. Kejriwal.
Right.
In fact, we find everything which is wrong with Mr. Kejriwal's politics. Be it corruption, be it, I sometimes even believe he has copied all the playbook of Mr. Modi. So the way he runs his party is totally as dictatorial as Mr. Modi does. He is equally corrupt as Mr. Modi is. It's very well known in Delhi circles that most of his tickets are sold, whether it's a corporation ticket or an MLA ticket, or even there's disturbing news of MP tickets being sold. So Mr. Kejriwal, really, come on, man. He should be one of the most dishonest politicians of India.
Right. Akshay, last 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds. React to what your ally. React to what your ally, the Congress, had to say.
BJP is allied with OP Rajbhar's party.
They are not our allies. Sorry, Kejriwal is not our ally.
Mr. Aggarwal, nobody cares about your party in Delhi, so let it go. Please keep quiet now. Mukhtar Ansari, who is a convicted offender, his son is part of OP Rajbhar's party, and today the BJP is.
Why does Kejriwal do that then?
Mr. Aggarwal, please
why do
behave
you
yourself.
beg us for support
please
then,
behave
if you are
yourself.
not important?
You have spared.
I think we'll leave it at that. Aprajita Sarangi, Mudit Aggarwal, Akshay Marathe. This is clearly a microcosm of when it comes to the entire united opposition project. All these parties at loggerheads with each other. How will this play out tomorrow when the opposition parties meet? We'll have to wait and see. But that's all we have to pack it on the show. Thank you for watching.